Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Ayes have it. Thank you. At this time, I'm going to suspend the regular order of business before we recognize our visitors, and I'm going to introduce Tania Finlayson. She's the wife of Ken Finlayson here. She was on the Women's Committee Fun Run last year, helping out with guide dogs. She had such a good time, and she's always trying to help somebody, so she had decided to do something crazy, and we're going to hear about that now.
Hello, my name is Tania Finlayson. I was asked if I would share something that I am planning to do in June. But before I get started, I would like to introduce some special people to you, and then tell you a little about myself and why I am here. The little guy next to me is my son, Michael, and some of you may already know the big guy, but if not, this is Ken, my better half. They are my good luck charms, and they are much more fun to look at, so I asked them to join me here tonight. Now, a little bit about myself. I have cerebral palsy. It occurred at birth. Basically, I cannot control my movements, and sometimes my facial expressions vary well. It is not anything to worry about. Aliens are just invading my body. Just kidding. Anyway, I have good control with my head. I drive my chair with my chin. I use my communication system by sending Morse code with head movements. And now for the business at hand. Usually, I like to keep things private and at a low profile, but because due to the importance of the need, it is impossible for me to do this on my own to make a significant difference. So I am stepping out of my comfort zone and asking for help in order to help others as much as possible. Last June, Ken was going to participate in the Flight for Sight Fun Run. Like always, I wanted to be there to see him reach his goal that he had been working towards for several months before the event. Being that it would take him a few hours before he would finish, I thought I would catch some sun and have time to get acquainted with some puppies from Guide Dogs of America while I waited. We were about halfway to the race location when Ken looked at me and said, "You should do this with me." I just laughed and looked at him like he was insane. But before I could blink, I was at the starting line waiting for the gun to fire. As I was doing the race, I thought of how it would be if I was blind. Michael, could you imagine me driving my wheelchair if I could not see? It would be pretty scary, wouldn't it? Not to mention, it would put limits on my independence, and that would be something that I would just hate. It was at that moment that I realized how lucky I was. I am lucky because I am able to see, and my sight helps me maintain independence. My independence is something that I treasure and value every day. Furthermore, I reflected how fortunate I was because I am able to help others despite my physical challenges. Before I knew it, I crossed the finish line with time to spare to see Ken as he crossed the finish line about 7 minutes after me. Dear, I was not supposed to say that. Sorry, honey. After the fun run, I decided to set a goal for the coming year to raise more funds for Guide Dogs of America. This year, I plan to drive my electric chair from Seattle to Spokane. It is 300 miles from Seattle to Spokane. The plans are set. I have a wonderful support team in place to help me along the way, and I have been preparing my body for this journey. If everything goes smoothly, I plan to reach Spokane in 3 days. Ken is planning to come along with me on his bike, so I might have to stretch out the trip a day for him. No matter how long it takes me, though, I will reach my destination on my own steam. All proceeds will go to Guide Dogs of America. I would like to ask for your help receiving sponsorships. People can sponsor me for an amount per mile or a maximum amount. My goal is to raise $42,000. This would pay for one guide dog for someone. You will be able to get more information about this in the packet that you should have received as you came in. If you did not get one, we have one in the back with your name on it. Also, if your shop, as a group, would be interested in sponsoring me for $300, you can certainly do that. We would love to recognize you in all our publications. I would really appreciate anything that people would be able to give. Altogether, we will be making a positive difference in someone's life, and to me, that is the greatest feeling in the world. I think we have time for a few questions, if anyone has any. I usually hand questions over to Ken and Michael. I tend to talk way too much. Thank you for giving me some of your valuable time tonight.
The whole way.
Let me see if the mic is. Well, we're going to be taking